It's Friday, and today I want to show you a meal that I eat that keeps me lean going into the weekend. Most people do, pizza with their kids. I used to do that every Friday, back a year ago, and this is why I got really, really fat. I didn't care. But I've totally changed how I do my diet on Fridays to where I stay lean. Now, normally, my last meal, let's see, this is gonna be the only meal that I'm gonna eat at 1:30. I'm gonna fast all day tomorrow, and then on Sunday, I'm gonna break the fast at around 1:30. So it's gonna be a 48-hour fast. Let me just show you what I'm actually eating now. This is packed with protein, guys, but it's also low calorie, okay? You're gonna love this. I mean, this is one of those things that I look forward to every single Friday. We're gonna have one salmon fillet, and then I'm gonna mix it with this garlic and parsley shrimp, but there's also scallops under here. So I'm gonna go ahead and saute all this. I'm gonna have this one salmon fillet, and this is, guys, I'm telling you, I know a lot of people don't like seafood, but this is packed with protein, but it's also very low in calorie. And this is how I stay lean on the weekends. You got that nice crust on the salmon fillet, and now we've got the shrimp and we got the scallops that are cooking now. I love the flavor, parsley and garlic. I mean, this, I'm telling you guys, when you combine the scallops and shrimp, okay, with the salmon, this is about 170 grams of protein, believe it or not. And there's a lot of protein in scallops and shrimp and in the salmon. You want to stay lean? I'm telling you, seafood is definitely the way to go. Now, I've got the salmon done like you just saw. I'm going to be cooking the shrimp and the scallops. Now, while this is cooking, there's something that I want to share with you that, just after talking to hundreds and hundreds of men from all over the world, if you're not familiar with who I am, I'm a keto coach, and I've coached men over 40 to lose at least 40 pounds in 16 weeks using my Keto Shed 40 coaching program. If you want more info on that, I'll drop a link in the description of this video that'll take you to another video that kind of explains in more detail as to how I could potentially help you. So while I'm cooking this will be my only meal for today on Friday. Again, like I just said, I'm gonna be fasting all day Saturday. I'll break it on Sunday. And I kind of found, after talking to hundreds of men from all over, there's two types of men that I've talked to, okay? And I've kind of fallen into both of these categories, but I kind of lean more toward the one than the other, okay? So the first group that I've talked to these are men who do a lot of research, okay? They're trying to figure out, they see people getting results, with keto, with carnivore, with intermittent fasting, paleo, Mediterranean, whatever it is, right? They're doing a lot of research and they're learning a lot. These people are very smart. They're learning, they're gathering all this information. But the drawback to that is a lot of these guys feel like that they're actually making progress by continuing to learn and learn and learn, but they're not taking any action, okay? But in their mind, they feel like they're taking action. They feel like they're making progress because they keep learning all these different things, okay? Because these groups of men want to know why something works. Like, hey, why does keto work? Why does carnivore work? Why does intermittent fasting work? So the problem is, they have what's called analysis paralysis. They're continuing to analyze, they're feeding their mind with all this information, but at the end of the day, they're not actually taking any necessary action from the things that they're actually learning, okay? And I find a lot of guys fall into this category, and this is why they never reach their weight loss goal, because they're continuing to do all this research and all this learning, thinking that they're making progress. And what I want to tell you is, if you're in that category, you don't need any more information. You just need to take action now. Take action. The second group I kind of fall into, and this is just personally for me, but I've talked to a lot of guys who are like this as well, is where we don't care why it works. We just see other people getting results and they're like, I want that result, so I'm going to do what they do. They don't even care how it works, okay? Now, these people, what they do is they start taking action, okay? But then they start making a lot of mistakes, right? They're making mistakes. They're, maybe they're plateauing. Maybe they've gained weight a little bit and then they start to lose a little bit. Maybe they're jumping from different things, which I don't recommend. You know, these men lack focus sometimes. They need to follow one course until successful. That's what focus means. But this group, I believe, and I know, are way further ahead than the group number one, who are continuing to analyze and they're not actually taking action, okay? Even though the second group is making mistakes, that's a good thing, okay? Because now you're learning what not to do. Whereas you've got group number one over here, they haven't even started because they're still analyzing all the information and they're taking all this stuff in, all right? So I commend you if you're in that second group, because even though you're making mistakes, at least you're pulling the trigger, you're taking some type of action and you're learning from your mistakes. Whereas group number one, you need to just pull the trigger and just move forward. You just need to start taking action, start taking all that information that you've been learning and finally actually take steps, okay? Because group number two, even though they're making a bunch of mistakes, they're much further ahead than the group over here, group number one, okay? This is just what I've seen in my experience, okay? Like I said, you know, I started doing this whole keto thing back in 2018. I lost 70 pounds in 7 months, kept it off for a good couple years. And then as we know, 2020 happened. I basically gained weight and stayed like that for 4 years until this year. I started at 233, now I'm at like 188. So I've lost about 43, 45 pounds already, okay? I had enough. Enough is enough. 2025, I'm getting back into shape. I'm gonna be 50 next year. I can't be messing around. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna eat. So I'm gonna go ahead, actually, this is actually done. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now. I'm gonna have my one and only meal, which is actually, it's about 1:42 right now. This will be all that I'm gonna eat. And like I said, I'm gonna fast all day tomorrow, and I won't break the fast until about 1:30 on Sunday. So that'll be a full 48-hour fast, okay? So now if you don't like seafood, you could always do like eggs and beef. I love like steak and eggs or eggs and bacon. If you don't like the seafood, stick to those kind of foods. It's real basic. I kind of look at eggs as like that superfood, right? Got all your vitamins and minerals. And then you got your beef, which is great for you. This is what we talk about on this channel when it comes to keto carnivore, is a lot of meat. So again, you don't have to do seafood. I'm just telling you, I get way more protein in this meal than all the other foods like the eggs and the beef. I mean, I had no idea that shrimp and scallop and salmon had this much protein. And it's low calorie. This whole thing right here is probably 800 calories, and I'm already meeting my protein goals for the day, okay? So I just wanted to share that with you, how I stay lean through the weekend. This is where people tend to fall off their diets. Let's face it, they relax a little bit. They have a drink or two. They're eating buffalo wings during the game, or they're having pizza with their kids on Friday, and they do damage control on Monday. Don't be one of those people that hits the gym on Monday because you messed up and had too many beers over the weekend. Don't be that guy, because you're not going to move forward, all right? And again, if you're one of those groups that I just mentioned, if you're group number one where you're continuing to analyze everything and you're just not pulling the trigger, well, I'm telling you, you need to pull the trigger and start taking action towards reaching your goals, okay? Because group number two, they're way ahead. I don't care if they're making a bunch of mistakes. They're at least learning, or hopefully they're learning from their mistakes, all right? So take action. You're not going to regret it. We're already, what, April? And you know summer's going to get here faster than you think. So you need to start making a decision and get in better health, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and eat this meal. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and always hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I'll see you then.